What's going on, guys? Here is a video from open to close. This was one of our master videos that you would watch if you wanted to understand what happens in our auto shop from open to close. So let's get right into it. The day starts at 7:45, as you can see on the document that you can screenshot here. If not, you have a digital copy of it as well. The day does start at 7:45 a.m. in the office. That is when we do our daily training. The daily training is a very basic training on any basic system. Anything that your shop needs to improve, that's what I recommend you focus on, but you can talk about anything that is in the shop Bible or any other procedure that you think needs some brushing upon. The main purpose of this meeting is to get the team honestly awakened and then on the same page, and also get these guys ready to roll in the morning. It also gives us a sense of uniformity across the entire company, that everybody starts the same way. So if you switch from shop to shop or we take over a new location, we already know how you start the day, so there's no confusion. It starts at 7:45 in the office. Also, when you're done with that meeting, you get right into the board meeting, which is our workflow board. During that meeting, you will assign tasks and also prioritize which cars have to be done, which cars have to be looked at, which cars have to be sold, ordered parts, and so on. It brings uniformity and it eliminates chaos. You start the day on the right foot. It is crucial that you do that. It is also what I recommend will eliminate a lot of your big problems. The next part is to get the right guy or gal on the right seat on the bus. What that basically means is what it sounds. Putting the right skill to the right sort of person. And that will change some days based on who's available in the store and also the level of work that you have to do. So always pay attention to that. That is something that will be switching around based on the needs of the shop. The third thing, which is really the first thing, but it is the ring process, what we call is the phone scripts. And our phone scripts can be really summarized into one word, which is the word yes. That is right. We say yes to our customers. To get a little bit more into the nitty gritty, it is to have 3 levels of phone calls. Level 1 phone call just wants to come in. You say yes, come on right in. We'll get you right now. A level 2 phone call is somebody who wants a price, but they don't know what's wrong. Your job is to tell them to come in so we can look at it for free, and it only takes 15 minutes. Is now a good time to bring it in. A level 3 phone call. Customer knows what's going on. They've had a confirmed diagnosis. Your job is to get them to still come in 15 minutes and free, but let them know that it is always the best thing to verify the concern. Clearly, they do not trust the shop that they're at. Now we get right into the write-up, because now that you've said yes, you have customers. The write-up process is getting the customer in the door and writing them up so we have uniformity against between all the shops. We have the same process, the same way we write up a customer. The write-up has really 2 main reasons. Number 1 is to find out what the heck is wrong with the car by asking the right questions, by confirming, okay, the noise, is it coming from the front? How long has it been going on for? Is it getting worse? And also, it is to find any objections by asking, how long do you plan on keeping the car? Have you had it worked on? Have you been spending a lot of money? Do you like this car? That way you're able to kind of understand what the customer's connection is to the car, and also understand what's wrong with the car so you can give the technician the proper information to diagnose the vehicle. Number 5 is to have the funnels figured out. The funnels for me is just basically knowing that you don't have to think when a car comes in the shop. You have 2 types of funnels. The big major funnels are oil change and broke car. If it's a broke car, you have 3 different funnels within that big funnel. The big funnel has diagnosis, tear down, cleaning, or just sell the ticket. The oil change, usually just pitch anything under $500, something that is in maintenance and that you can fix while the customer is waiting. Now that you have had the vehicle written up, you understand what kind of a car it is, the next part is to get into what we call the rack attack. It is one of my favorite things, and essentially all it is the triple team a vehicle. One guy gets it in, the other person sets a lift, the other person's taking photos. And that is really the crucial thing here, guys, is taking photos and making great notes so you can get a full vehicle inspection, and also making sure you are focused on the customer's concern. So that way you can build the ticket. Once you have the rack attack, we employ probably the 2 biggest things. The circle of sales really comprises of speed, which is 50% of the sale, making sure that you call the customer within the hour. The second would be making sure you pitch the right item, meaning something that is to do with their concern. The third thing is to make sure that it is the right number, so you're not pitching over $700 on the first pitch. And the fourth thing is to make sure that the pitch itself has been polished over, that you do it in the format that we teach, which is problem, solution, and sale. And there'll be a lot of training on that, but this is again an overview, making sure that you follow the circle of sales so that you can get the customer to be calm, to also understand, and it is also consistent, so it is doing the same thing that we're doing at the other stores, and it's also easy for you because you have a process rather than just trying to shoot crap at the wall, as the old saying goes. The other way to look at the circle of sales is also the baseball diamond. It is first base, second base, third base, and home run. Now, if you think about the first base is basically getting diagnosis. The second is making sure you get a initial isolation. The third is getting a full isolation, and the fourth is getting a PMI. It is a beautiful way to actually break this down so that the customer also can eat it in bite-sized pieces. There's an infographic on that you can also look up called the ultimate sales process. Once you're done with the circle of sales, you have a can job part sheet. And this is where really when you sell one item, you use the CanJobs part sheet, which is to really isolate the whole system. From there on, you can get right into selling the rest of the system and then getting the PMI sold. Once you have this done, hopefully by 2 p.m., you will have some sort of an update for your team. That's when you have the second board meeting of the day, which will go over all the vehicles that have to go. You will assign work to the technicians, also get timings on when they can be done, update all your customers, and of course, order all your parts. This will really tie the shop together and also eliminate chaos during the middle of the day so that you guys know what you're going to do the second half of the day, which will usually be a lot in production versus the first half of the day, which as you guys can see is a lot in terms of sales. Once you have all that done, guys, you have to finish the work naturally. Now, just a quick note on that. Fix the car right the first time to all my technicians. And for the QC guys, you just have to do 3 things. Making sure the car is fixed. The second is to make sure that it is cleaner than it came in. And the third is to make sure you make incredible notes and take pictures so that you have any other information that we need to keep on file. Once again, to the technicians, your job as a tech is not to let the QC guy find anything. That's just a formality. You should have already verified that the car was fixed initially. It is not the QC guy's job to find issues and then fix it. Once you're done, naturally, surprisingly, step number 11 is to let the customer know that their car is ready. So remember, steps 4 through step 8 was all about sales. Step 9, 10, and 11 to make sure that you're after sale, you do the work right, and you update your customer. This is a huge part of making sure you actually deliver the product, not just sell it. Finally, when the customer is there to cash out, you have a shuttle in, making sure they have a way to get to the shop. The cash out process, like the write-up process, has a goal. The goal is to make sure the customer understands what was done. You go over the entire invoice detail, making sure they fully understand what's done and making sure that they leave with a smile. That is crucial. They have to leave with a smile. This is non-negotiable. If they do not leave with a smile, they will not return. You will not have a business. Number 13 is to finally wrap up the day and to text the total sales for that day, the total cars that came in, also who sold those tickets. You have to put that on there. The close ratio and the AWRO for the week so far, and then the completed, which is the cars that are finished and the cars that are cashed out put together. And lastly, the numbers that you are tracking, everything that's sold, done, cashed out, and the things that are already going to go this week. Once you do that at 6 p.m., you can lock up, clean up the shop, and your day is officially over as far as I'm concerned. Gentlemen and ladies, this is exactly what we do to run our business from 7:45 a.m. to 6 p.m. That is how we start the day, and that is how we end the day. I hope you find it helpful. There'll be a lot more detailed training on every one of these processes in the upcoming videos.